Yes, I was in the north of Gaza. I stayed there in the north of Gaza about 2 months. And then I thought that I have to evacuate now to the south. As I thought that the south is a safe place, but you know that no safe place is in Gaza.
So what have you seen with your own eyes? Because of course we are witnessing all this on television screens, but since you were very much there when it all happened, luckily later on you were able to evacuate, but what did you see there?
Yes. Literally, I was seeing death every night or every day. I was seeing death because staying there in the north, bombings, the murders, you see murders in the street, you know? So really, these 2 months in the north, I saw death and was every day saying that today I will die, today I will get murdered. Because what was happening, not just in the north of Gaza, they also bombed the middle of Gaza and bombed Rafah, Khan Yunis, all Gaza Strip. So just there, I was seeing death.
And even the hospitals were not spared, right?
It is not safe. I told you that no place is safe inside Gaza Strip. Like, my brother is a nurse. He was a nurse and he got murdered. He's a nurse. He was working in the hospital in the north of Gaza and he got murdered. So no place is safe inside Gaza. And you're not talking about a mosque or university or a hospital. Every place, every building, everyone is targeted in Gaza Strip.
I knew about your brother, that you lost your brother in all this, but I didn't know that he was a nurse. So I'm so sorry to ask.
He was a nurse. He was doing his job. He was doing just to help. He stayed there in the north. He didn't want to evacuate. He got murdered in the north. We were in the south. So he didn't want to evacuate because he didn't want to leave the injured. He wanted just to stay at his job, and really, he stayed at his job till the last moment of his life.
No, so like when he was martyred, he was in the hospital when the incident happened?
They actually, when they invaded an Indonesian hospital, they him and he got tortured by the Israeli army. Not just him, also the doctors and the other nurses. And then they bombed the home, and he got murdered with his wife and his son. The whole family disappeared.
Oh, and I'm so sorry to ask this question, but I really want people to know. So how old was your brother?
He was 33 years old.
And I heard that a few of other relatives of yours were also affected.
I actually lost many of my family. They are murdered, and some of them are under the rubble until this moment. You know. We didn't bury them. They're under the rubble until now. So I know living in Gaza is I sometimes tell myself that it's a miracle that I'm staying alive, and I'm alive until now. I'm now in Egypt. It's like a dream. What happened? I was a normal medical student in Gaza Strip. I was going to university, doing my exercises, going to take some courses and these things. I was working on myself. And then suddenly, the 7th of October came and everything changed. Since that moment, everything changed. And then, alhamdulillah, I lost a lot. I lost my university, my home, everything, my stuff. I came here in Egypt. I have nothing. I have to start from zero. And it's not just me. All the people from Gaza Strip, we're gonna start from zero. And I can say that, especially the students. Look, I'm a medical student in my second year, and now I'm gonna start from the first year in Egypt. So why we have to do that? We always start from zero. The suffering is really large about the students and about the whole Gaza Strip people.
And tell me, I would later on, just in a few minutes, I'll ask you how you managed to evacuate and what are your future plans and how many more students like you really want to evacuate, but they're not able to do that. But before that, I want to know that, because again, these are all the news which we have been listening or witnessing from camera. But is it correct that there's a serious level of humanitarian crisis there as well? Apart from the people who are being martyred or being affected by being bombed, but there is humanitarian crisis in the sense that there are no washroom facilities. There are, people are hungry, people are thirsty, they don't have access to clean drinking water. You have witnessed all that as well?
Look, you're saying all of that because you saw media, you follow the news, but I'm
Correct.
telling you, I'm from Gaza. I survived. Look, I survived physically. My body is here in Egypt, but my mind and my heart is still in Gaza Strip. I'm still thinking. I'm also following the news, but really, what you see, what you watch in the news, is just 1% from the reality.
Seriously.
Because the reality is very, very, very hard. You're talking about lack in food, in clean water, on access to medication. So injured people die, injured people in Gaza, they don't get treatment, so they die. No treatment in Gaza, no medicines.
Oh, and so you're actually saying that what we can feel through the eyes of camera is actually 1% of what actually is going on there. Because there are many people who are just injured, they are waiting to be treated, they are not treated, they are in pain continuously, and they die in that condition, waiting for any medical help.
Yes, you're talking about more than 2 million people. They had normal life, they had jobs, they had homes, universities, they were living their life normally, and then all of that disappeared. All the families lost everything, lost the job, the home, and also the members of the family. And we're talking about buildings and these things. These, okay, they can be rebuilt again. We're going to take years and decades maybe.
True.
But again, it will be rebuilt. But you're talking about souls, or you're talking about humans. So how our human or our people, our families will back to us. So it's impossible, you know that. So what is happening in Gaza Strip, really, I always tell all the people that focus on Gaza Strip, don't forget Gaza Strip, because Gaza needs you. Gaza really, all the people in Gaza Strip need you. You have to talk, you have to tell, you have to share what is happening in Gaza, because the genocide is still continuing. Look, occupation need the people to forget what is happening in Gaza. But people still continue sharing, continue protesting these things, just to show the world that what Gaza is going through and what is happening in Gaza. So we're talking about more than 40,000 murders. We're talking about 40,000 alive souls. All of them had families, all of them had homes and had beautiful lives. And then all of that disappeared. Yeah, so you can't imagine. I can just tell you that one sentence, you can't imagine what is happening in Gaza Strip. That's why I always tell that don't forget Gaza, because Gaza needs you.
Yeah, so
Gaza needs you.
We literally heard that people who were financially so well off that they were very much capable of taking care of their daily needs, now they are in the queue waiting for someone to serve them food so that they can eat and stay alive, so that they can get something to feed their children and the children can stay alive. So it means that...
Actually, about talking that delivering food, delivering aids in Gaza Strip, I was working, and until now I'm working now in Egypt. I'm the coordinator of Al-Khidmat now in Egypt. And in Gaza Strip, I was working with them. I was delivering the aids and the food, al-iftar, in Shahr Ramadan. And we're, alhamdulillah, trying to help as many as we can. And but we're helping, we're doing a lot on al-khidmat to the people. But we still say to the world that people still want help, still need more help. They need more help. Not just food or water. They want just to be comfortable that their voice is heard by the people.
And so people would like to know, if that does not include any sensitivity, how were you or other of your friends able to evacuate from Gaza to Egypt? Is it that easy?
It is actually a hard process. Some of them got rejected. Some of them have to pay so much money. And it is really hard to evacuate from Gaza. And it needs time. It needs more than 1 month to evacuate, you know. So, but most of us, we found that Gaza is no longer available for living. Like for me as a medical student, my whole life, I can tell you that depends on the studying, right? I'm a medical student. I have to become a doctor as I want to be. So the university is bombed. So now Gaza is no longer available for living. My dream is fading away in front of me. So I decided that I have to begin again. I don't want just to stay in Gaza. See, my dream is fading away in front of me. No, I have to work. I have to also get my dream, to see my dream as a reality. And also in that way, I have to help also more and more.
So
I have also to help more and more. Yani, I was in Gaza. I was searching. I have to begin a new chapter in my life. I have to begin studying medicine. I have to start, okay? But at the same time, I wanted also to help others. I wanted to help other students. So I'm now in Egypt, and until now, I'm searching for any opportunities, any scholarships that can be given to the students.
you intend to travel to Pakistan as well? Is that in your plans? In your plan?
Yes. It's actually it's the highest thing in my plan in the future. Look, my plan will be damaged in Gaza. So now in Egypt, I put a new plan. And inshallah, I will visit Pakistan because it's my honor to meet Pakistani people. You're very kind and you're supporting us. A huge support, really. What you're doing, that you're protesting, you're sending aids, you help us. So really, what you're doing is appreciated.
Right.
So it's my honor to visit Pakistan. Inshallah, I will.
Inshallah, I hope to see you soon here, inshallah. And when you come here, I would love to meet you,
Yeah.
Inshallah. So rest of your family, they're all in Gaza?
Yes, they're in Gaza. Yeah, they're in Rafah. And look, yani, my sister's husband got murdered, and we have so many murders. So all my family are together.
You said not only your brother, but your sister's husband was also martyred.
Yes, and her son.
Oh,
and her son also.
Where were you exactly when your brother got martyred? Where were you when you heard this news?
I remember every second when I heard about his death. I remember everything. I remember how I reacted, how I didn't believe the news. I was calling my uncles and everyone in Gaza, please tell me that he's not murdered. Please tell me that he's alive, or maybe he's injured. Can you check if his pulse is it right? Is it okay? Is he okay? And they said, عظم الله أجركم. I can't forget that sentence when my uncle told me that. عظم الله أجركم. Your brother Abdullah is murdered with his wife and his son.
Were you able to attend the funeral, the last ceremonies of him?
No. I was in the south. I was in Khan Yunis and he was in the north of Gaza. I couldn't go to the north.
Oh, so it was practically not possible to move from one part of Gaza to another to attend the funeral.
We can't. Actually, the occupation built a street from the east to the west in the middle of Gaza to prevent the citizens to go to their homes in the north. They don't want us to go back home. They want us to live in tents. They want us to be in need. They need that.
So where was he buried, and who buried him?
They want to make us suffering more and more. They want the Palestinians. Okay, you're Palestinian, just suffer. We want you to suffer. We want you just to need everything, to need your basic needs, like the basic needs. You're talking about education. I'm telling you that the education, the food, the water. These are the basic needs. These are my rights. You know. So I'm just 20 years old, medical student, and I can't continue my dream. I can't continue my studying in Gaza. So it's not just, it's a very, very big problem. And I'm telling you about the education. I'm telling you not just a case of me. I'm telling you, and I'm saying about me, about all the students, every college in my university and all the universities in Gaza Strip, because all of them are bombed now.
So again, I'm so sorry that I'm asking this question, but I really want to know, and I really want people to know what you people are going through. And as I talk more, I get an idea of what you are going through. When you were not able to attend the last ceremonies of your brother, then where was he buried? Who buried him? How did all that happen?
My uncle buried him in the north. He was the only one. He was the only one.
He was the only
north,
one from the family.
Yeah, he was in the north, so he buried him. He took his body and he buried him, and he told us that, يعني Abdullah, alhamdulillah, we buried him. But his wife and his son, they are until now under the rubble.
Oh, so their remainings could not be found till date.
Yes, they didn't find the bodies, and they couldn't. They saw the body of my brother's son, but they couldn't take the body from under the rubble.
Oh, they saw it, but they couldn't take it out because of all the debris and all that. I'm so sorry for your loss, for your personal loss, and may Allah grant them Jannah, inshallah. And we all pray and hope that it gets better. Thank you so very much, Hala Abdullah. And I really hope and wish to see you very soon in Pakistan, inshallah. People of Pakistan would love to welcome you.
As I told you that I'm now here in Egypt and I started a new chapter in my life. I didn't forget my people. We Palestinians don't give up. We Palestinians don't give up. When we have a dream, when we have a goal, we work very hard to get it.
Thank you very much,